another Generation 2 Plasticon review! Woo! Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover Generation 2 Abominus version 2 of him. Starting out with Sinister. Sinister is a nice little dog or twin-headed lizard. Could possibly be a dragon. It's very cool. He's actually got a nice, really deep greenish blue going on here. Along with this really bright, vibrant, orangish yellow. It's a very lavender type of color here for the tail. It's very cool. It even has a bit of a head sculpture pick out this time. Oh, there's a nice little G2 emblem right there. I do like him. He is very neat looking. Obviously, being from the G1 mold, he's gonna have a bit of the blockiness, but he's very cool. Anyway, let's go into that robot mode. Here's Sinister in his robot mode. He is very blocky. Very cool though. I do like him. Kind of weird how his legs and arms just kind of flail to the back. But it's not too bad. I do like the idea. He's got little bitty arms here. They actually have separate arms, considering they could have used these here as arms for the robot, but they didn't. I do like him. He's very cool. He does have a decent little head sculpt there. A little bit of silver there. Picks out his little noggin. Not to mention the sticker detail here, which kind of picks out the knees and legs. And a little bit of waist. It's not too bad. I do like him. Very cool for Generation 2. Let's move on to the next. Next one is Blot. Blot is a very gorilla-like creature. It's very neat. He's got a lot of gold plastic going on here, along with the arms. Just the entire body is GPS. He does have these nice little lavender colored legs here that kind of match throughout the entire set. There's a lot of this color. Tends to work very well. I do like it. It does have very clicky arms here, which is kind of scary considering it's gold plastic. But it is kind of neat. I do like him a lot. He's got his nice little G2 logo right there on the top of his noggin, and his head can move up and down ever so slightly. Yeah, he's getting a little bit of articulation going on there, you know, as if he's like snooping around looking somewhere, or maybe he's just disgruntled and wants to look down here. Problem is, every time you do that, it flips out the robot head, but hey, it works. Anyway, speaking of robot, let's put him into one, right? Taking a quick look at his robot mode, he is very gold. A little bit of purple kind of pops out here and there. Do you like the idea that you can take these here and put these above his head and use these as like guns or cannons or anything like that? It does have a set of arms here, but if you actually really want to give him 4 arms, you really can, which is kind of neat. I do like that about him. He is very versatile there. Bit of a head sculpt there. It's got a little bit of a yellowish, I don't know, yellow, it's silver. it looks gold and silver here until you go like this. But yeah, it's a silver face. It's very hard to tell, especially when you look down like this. It's like he's almost yellow, but no, he's silver. It's got some nice little sticker detail here, kind of brought out all the way throughout him. Very, very back heavy when it comes to that. So if you ever put him on a shelf, you know, in a fall over, you can kind of do that with him. It's really neat. I do like him a lot. He's probably my favorite of the Terracons, aka Abominus. I do like him a lot. I do like Blot. Blot is cool. Let's move on to the next. Whoop. Moving on, let's look at Ripper Snapper. Yes, I said Ripper Snapper. Not Whipper Snapper, but Ripper Snapper. Get it? Here's G2 Ripper Snapper, and he is very, very, very cool. It's almost got this, this is almost like a silver type of plastic. It's got this nice little light blue, almost a electric blue going on here for the legs. It's very cool. Lots of sticker detail here. Lots of teeth being picked out here with his eyeballs. And, you know, he's just a little shark monster. I sadly forgot to grab all the weapons. I got the weapons stored away. Just puts a dorsal fin sticking out here on his back. He does have this here little tail here that moves up and down, which is kind of neat. It's kind of nice because it gives him a bit of stability when you want him to stand up like an actual shark monster. Speaking of shark monsters, let's turn him into a robot. Take a look at Ripper Snapper's mode here. He's very, very cool. A lot of that blue tends to pop out even more here in robot mode. Would have been nice to see some blue here in the legs, but it just didn't happen. It's still giving the silver. Very interesting head sculpt. He's very cool looking. Do like him a lot. Very chromy looking head sculpt, really. Looks very neat. He's not really like the cleanest on the back, but he's probably cleaner than the rest. These arms here can be brought around and used as secondary arms if you really wanted to. You can kind of do this with all the Terracons, honestly. But, yeah, I kind of like his arms just being kind of back there, because I do like these little stubby arms they gave him. Would have been neat if these kind of folded out of these, but, yeah, it would have been hard to do back then. Very neat. I do like G2 Ripper Snapper. Let's move on to the next one of the group. Take a look at the next one. This is Cutthroat. Yes, I said Cutthroat, like, you know, like Cutthroat Island. Yeah. He somewhat has changed here. He has a bit of a, more of a, that color that Center Twin was, going on here with the legs, which is more of a bluish teal. Very, very pale yellow. Almost looks sun-worn kind of color, but not really. Very purplish pink wings here. This is a very Abominus color going on here. I feel like the idea that the wings actually have a bit of an angle to them already, but that's kind of nice that you can actually swoop these things back. It does have the ability to move his head up and down in this mode. And, you know, obviously leg articulation. Like I said, I left all the weapons out. There's a weapon here that turns into a tail that plugs in right here on his back. I should have probably got all these parts out, but I didn't. Anyway, there is Cutthroat in his creature mode. Let's move on to his robot. Take a look at Cutthroat's robot mode. He is very cool. It's got some nice sticker detail going on throughout the entire legs and here. And there's G2 emblem right here, right on his chest. I do like the idea that the bird head just kind of becomes the chest. It's very, very, very cool. I do like this. He does have little arms here that move back and forth. Obviously, very successful there. And it's cool that, you know, you can still retain the wings, but you actually have to kind of fold these in a little bit just to get the wings to come out. You know, you can make him almost do like a Superman thing if you really wanted to, like move his arms all the way and make him do that kind of thing. Although I really can't get my arms there to move up all the way. That's alright. I would just be careful because, you know, old stuff could possibly break. It does have a bit of a waist articulation here, considering this is for bird mode and this isn't. Can be a bit loose. Mine is. It happens sometimes. But it's a very cool little robot. I do like him a lot. Not to mention the head sculpt's pretty nice. But moving on. Moving on in the line comes the leader, Hunger. Hunger is a big two-headed dragon. That's primarily what he is. Somebody else might call him a dinosaur, but I think he's more or less a dragon because, you know, he's got two heads. What dinosaur actually has two heads? I don't know. It doesn't look anything like a Diplodocus or Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus, anything silliness. This is a freaking dragon, guys. I like these spiky detail he's got going on here on his back. It's very gray. He's not like the G1 at all. He's very gray. This color here is not even a G1 color either. You guys out there is probably arguing, no, this is like a, it's almost like a magma purplish pink. It's very interesting. I do like the color. Not to mention this head sculpts. These head sculpts are really cool. I like how all the details picked out in paint. The nice, very nice type of metallic paint they used on his eyes. Not to mention his teeth. His teeth are painted. All painted red. His teeth. He's got pretty good articulation, considering, you know, he's able to do that. He's able to move his head all the way down. He can do this if he wants to. He's a very articulated creature. He even has the ability to do this, so, you know, you can really like do some interesting stuff. Here's Hunger in his robot mode. And his robot mode is very cool looking. I do like this guy a lot. He's got some very nice detail. Not to mention the gigantic shield plate that normally goes on the back of the dragon mode can actually be used as an actual shield. It just pegs in with that whole peg and port system that a lot of people dislike. But let's move on to actually looking at Hunger himself. Not to mention the gigantic rifle he comes with, which, you know, obviously comes with a combiner gun. Very neat. I do like his head sculpt. It's got a lot of nice G2 things coming here, poking out everywhere. I do like the idea that the feet actually become, you know, the heads of the dragon become the feet. It does have articulation, which is really good. I do like this. He does have that kind of odd hip motion there. He does actually have an actual hip motion. And it's pretty neat. Mentioning a bit of a teal on the toe here. He can tow, guys. Look, he can tow. Anyway. It's really neat. I do like him. He's probably one of my favorite of the group. Not to mention, I really like Blot. I just something about Blot. But Hunger, he's got to be second in line. Just because of the ability that he has. Taking a look at the entire group as a whole, these guys look very good together. These creature bots are just awesome. I really like to see more of this kind of thing. I really love this G2 set. This G2 set is just so cool. The colors really pop. It really works, and it's very cohesive throughout the entire thing. Although some of the colors aren't really brought into Blot and Hunger, a lot of the other colors are. So it kind of has a bit of a cross between all the robots, honestly. The only really weird two colors really is the light color of yellow and the odd color of orange. Those are the only two colors that really don't go together here. Everybody was saying, oh, well, the gold, yeah, sorry, GPS, that has to go. But it's pretty cool. I do like these guys. But you know what? That isn't all these guys can do. Here is Abominus in his full-on combined mode. And this is where the colors really cohesive. I do love the way this thing looks. This thing looks amazing. From the gold actually brought into the helmet, along with a little bit of red and silver going on. It just really works. I do love how this robot looks. It's very cool. It's very awesome. And I love Abominus. I always have. He is one of the most articulated versions of any of these guys you're ever going to get, considering the legs is what gives you your articulation. Arms, still standard articulation. You can move the waist portions in and out to make the arms shorter or longer, along with the swiveling fist, because all it is peg and poke. You do have a 360 degree on the arm, but I don't tend to do that with these because the whole peg head syndrome. Bit of a size comparison here he is next to Laser Cycle Soundwave and Generation 2 Skids. And you can obviously tell he is a fairly large robot. He is not small whatsoever. He's probably one of your larger ones that would be on your shelf next to Omega Supreme or even the gigantic Fortress Maximus, or even a Metroplex. Actually, Metroplex is kind of a little bit taller than him, not by much, but he is. Anyhow, this has been Plasticon. This has been yet another Generation 2 review, and I'll catch you guys around because I have more. See you around. Bye.